It's a time for more packages from China. Let's go. Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. So, it's time for some Neo Geo love today with the MVS Mini. I noticed this on AliExpress. Yeah, sometimes you find the weirdest thing on AliExpress, but I was really intrigued to see what you're going to be getting. So yeah, 45 games. The MVS Mini is going to be something of a little bit nostalgia, but the downside to these devices, and I think the biggest problem is that they've released way too many of these devices, different kind of colors, all kinds of weird things. However, if you're going to be looking at the collection, all of them have like different collections. We do have Metal Slug, so I am very pleased with it. Sengoku is on here, so having Sengoku Trilogy and all kinds of very cool games like Shock Troopers. So when it comes for playing Neo Geo games, I think this is going to be the more affordable ways, because these things, or when it comes to the original, let's say, Neo Geo stuff, man, it's so expensive. Where I do own myself a couple of, let's say, Neo Geo devices, I still love to just see what it is and play and collect. However, when it comes to playing these Neo Geo Minis, you know, it's not going to be the 100% nostalgia vibe, but the simple reason because it is still emulation. And not saying I'm going to be hating these things, no, not at all. I think it's absolutely cool, but I think the biggest mistake they made with these Neo Geo MVS or whatever minis, they should make like one or two and just keep it as it is, you know, and don't, you know, it's feeling like they keep milking these things, you know, like milking a cow, like trying to make so many as possible and just make like a quick buck. Because if you're going to be not like doing a lot of effort in giving you something different, it's going to be the same thing over and over again. But yeah, why I picked it up, this MVS version of the Unico, I find this just a very interesting color. This is giving me like some old school Neo Geo vibes over here. At the back we find the on and off switch. We do have an HDMI mini out, headphone jack out, and the input for a power supply. So we're just going to be needing a 5 volts that we're going to be actually doing. So the model number is also called the Q3M. Okay, that's interesting. So at the side we can even use the controllers of the Neo Geo. So that's kind of cool. And I'm in particular, of course, the Neo Geo Mini, not the original ones. So in here, let's see what we're having. I'm guessing this is going to be containing all of the cables. Yep, we're having over here, and this is an interesting one. This is a very interesting cable. I can still remember that sometimes with the first, like the really first ones, you need to have all kinds of craziness that you need to buy separately. So we do have the stickers, so that's kind of cool. So you can put them in there. Not going to be trying to do that now. And let's see, also we can even use the stickers on the, let's say, control panel. Of course, with the Geo, we're having the joystick, select, start, and the 4 buttons. We're just going to be playing it like this. So unfortunate, it doesn't come with a power supply. I think back in the day, or at least like years ago, you needed to buy it separately. But of course, we do have like power supplies enough, or at least like 5 volt adapters. Let's use this Sidecom 30 watt one. I think it's going to be more than enough. And let's plug in this bad boy. So we're going to be using a Nintendo cable today. I thought it was kind of funny to actually use an original Nintendo cable. Let's plug this thing in here. Let's plug this bad boy in there. We have like this extension cord. Let's plug this bad boy in this one over there, and we can actually, I think, boot it up. The LED over here indicates that we'll have power, and that's the first thing we're seeing, Unico. Unico, the company that actually do all kinds of licensed stuff. I think I also have like even a handheld. But let's do a quick overview of the games. Okay, so we do have like a lot of reflection due of the lighting, and this thing is freaking reflective. But if you're going to be looking at the, let's say, quality of the display, this looks absolutely great. So let's see what's going on. So we do have the option for settings over here and the copyrighted stuff. Okay, so with languages, we have English, has been automatically set to, sort by default, recently played. Okay, that's kind of cool. The brightness can be adjusted, volume, and wow, this thing goes quite loud. Let's see, return to default setting. That's it, there is nothing much actually to see. But let's check out the game itself. King of Fighters. I'm just gonna be honest, like I'm not like the biggest King of Fighters fan. I've never got any connection with it, maybe in the future. So we have the Metal Slug series. And then of course having the Art of Fighting 3. Oh yes, Art of Fighting 3. That's absolutely one of my favorite ones. Fatal Fury Special. There's another one. Oh, sorry, Real Bout Fatal Fury. That's the one I always like to play on my Neo Geo AES. Sometimes on Samurai Spirit 1. So the overall list is quite nice. Sengoku Trilogy already mentioned before. the World Heroes. I can still remember playing this in the arcade. I really never got, like, say, this connection with it. 3 Count Bound is absolutely another cool game. The wrestling game. That's another one I've been playing a lot. Magician Lord was okay. Shock Trooper. And that's actually the list. But let's do a couple of gameplays with some of these games. Pressing select and start will give you the settings too. It's kind of interesting that they giving you this option too with that. So let's see how the loading time will be. Okay, what's kind of cool, you have like different options. Pressing select and start will give you the quick load, quick save. You can even adjust the brightness. So that's kind of cool. So let's make a quick save. And we're also having these very nice screenshots. It was a little bit faded out because of the fade in, fade out of the game was actually in. So, but overall, when you're looking at, let's say, the overall emulation performance of these things, I do like it, you know. I'm just going out and just going to be mashing some buttons. So, but when it comes for playing these games, I really miss out the tiny joystick when it comes to the micro switch, you know. And that's one of the things they should improve in the future. I think I'm never going to be improving anything of these things because just giving us the same stuff with the joystick itself. But if you're going to be looking what you're getting with this, it's absolutely great when it comes to the software, but also the software didn't really change out a lot of things. I don't see a lot of updates there. But if you're going to be plugging this thing into your monitor, even if it's on, it will automatically switch to a different monitor. I think that's absolutely a very cool feature. So let's play a little bit more, but then on the big screen. Okay, so let's see what's going on over here. So let's play a little bit of a Metal Slug 1. I love the quick load, quick save feature. There is no unibuys like we had with the original AES or MVS systems. They did implement a filter. We do have like a widescreen shenanigans going on. So there's a little bit of a downside. Let's see if we can change that out. Oh, wait. Do you have the idea to have like new ways? Ah, see, that's kind of cool. So inside of, let's say, having the machine plugged in, so we can even say, okay, let's go with the original aspect ratio. Okay, so let's continue with that. And let's see how we can get out of this freaking menu. Okay, pressing A, image optimization. So let's first do this. Let's continue with the game. It looks blurry when it comes to the original screen. Okay. So where I'm more like a fan of a real arcade microswitch joystick, the tiny joystick doesn't really play that bad. And of course you can always like get yourself some controllers for the Neo Geo Mini and just use it as a game system. So another thing I wanted to check out, if you're going to be having the optimization on, let's see how that actually going to be looking. Oh yeah, this is absolutely more like an improvement, let's say a filter, but up to a point it's going to be annoying. Let's get in this part. The place where you're going to be playing with the joystick, I must say that I find it like not super comfortable. I do notice like there's not a lot of space for my fingers to actually move, pressing into the bottom part of the screen every single time. Yeah, but emulation wise, this is just without any problems whatsoever. So let's move into another game I wanted to play, and that is going to be the Art of Fighting 3. I'm not going to be testing them all out because it's going to be like a freaking 4-hour video. But I just wanted to check out, did I already move past it? Art of Fighting 3. They didn't implement 2. I can maybe get into that because the 2 was not that great. And Art of Fighting 3 on the original AES, it's like super expensive. Okay, and then the thing what I wanted to do is just to see how it goes with playing actually fighting games on this. I think it's not going to be an overall great experience, or so far so good. Yeah, I need to get you to the layout of the buttons. So the joystick is responsive. yeah. So I can really enjoy it, but I would just actually want to connect the controller because this is not going to be like the best overall experience. Nevertheless, as you're going to be looking at everything this thing can do, let's turn it on, off, and just mess around with it. And I'm playing actually on 24 inch, and it's a little bit blurred out when it comes to that, or that's the idea I'm getting with this. So if you're going to be using this on like a 45 or 55 or 40 inch television, I think you're going to be needing the optimization, because there's also no scanline function or whatsoever. Let's try one single game, but first let's enjoy the intro. Sen Goku, another crazy expensive game. Okay, wait, what? Sen Goku 2001, what? Okay, I'm confused now. That's actually how it's called, okay. I can't. What I would love to actually have like all of the characters. But Sen Goku 3 is such a very cool game when it comes to beat 'em up. I did read some comments of people saying like, hey, these, let's say, games of Neo Geo, they're all like about fighting, shooting. But again, I think Neo Geo is something you like or you don't like at all. Where this isn't the Street of Rage 2, I think Sen of Goku is absolutely in my top list of games or beat 'em up games I just like for what it is. Graphical wise, gameplay wise, this is such a fun game to play. The MVS Mini is one of the many freaking versions they actually released, but I wanted to have this MVS version because for me it felt like the most nostalgia. But in the end I picked up this MVS version because it felt really nostalgic, because of the original colors of the Neo Geo and the collection of games is great. All of the Neo Geos, Sen Goku, Art of Fighting 3, man, I'm still missing out when it comes to breakers, but nevertheless this MVS Mini, is it worth buying? That is something you should decide. Let me know what do you think of all of these, let's say, re-releases of MVS or Minis, Neo Geos. Thank you all for watching, and it would be great to see you in the next video.